Good, happy Monday morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's get started. First up, we begin with breaking news. Hurricane Irma weakens to Category 1 storm. After blowing through the Caribbean and Florida Keys on Saturday, Hurricane Irma made landfall in Florida's Gulf Coast with life-threatening winds and storm surge. At least 24 people were killed after Irma's destructive track across the Caribbean. Florida's Highway Patrol confirmed that a Hardy County Sheriff's Department and a corrections officer were killed in a head-on crash that was likely storm-related, bringing the death toll to at least 26. And here is your update from 2 a.m. Irma weakened to a Category 1 storm as the massive hurricane zoned in on the Tampa Bay region early Monday after hammering much of Florida with ripping winds, gushing floodwaters, and widespread power outages. The hurricane's maximum sustained winds weakened to 85 miles per hour, with additional weakening expected. As of 2 a.m., the storm was centered about 25 miles northeast of Tampa and moving north-northeast near 15 miles per hour. Irma continues its long north along Florida's western coast, having blasted it a path of unknown destruction, with communication cut to some of the Florida Keys where Irma made landfall Sunday, and rough conditions persisting across the peninsula. Many are holding their breath for what daylight might reveal. Irma weakens to Category 1, batters Orlando as it moves up Florida. Hurricane Irma, now a Category 1 storm with top sustained sorry about that. With top sustained winds of 85 miles per hour, with battering Orlando early Monday morning after lashing southern Florida and moving across the central of the state. The storm's center was located near Lakeland, Florida as of early Monday morning, moving north of Tampa and Orlando at a fast pace of 14 miles per hour. More than 4 million people were without power in Florida, and many towns and cities imposed curfews. Miami-Dade police said earlier Monday they arrested 28 people for burglary/looting. Fort Lauderdale police also said they arrested several looters. Irma struck south with a powerful wind, rain, and flooding, sweeping parts of Naples and Miami on opposite coasts before moving north over the center of the state. A storm surge of 10 feet was reached in the Florida Keys and Naples. reported a 7-foot storm surge in at least one location, according to the National Weather Service. Irma weakened to a Category 1 hurricane around 2 a.m. Monday as its center and core moved over land, forecasters said, and it could be downgraded to a tropical storm later Monday morning. The National Hurricane Center said it is expected the storm's center to remain inland over Florida and then move into Georgia, Alabama, and Tennessee, where heavy rain and possible flash flooding will be a major concern. The National Weather Hurricane Center says the storm is life-threatening with dangerous storm surge, wind, and heavy rain. Storm surge warnings were in effect for parts of Florida, including North Miami Beach, the Florida Keys, and Tampa Bay. Now let's take a look at the news closer to home. Man dies in OHRV accident in Berlin. A Berlin man died as a result of an off-highway recreational vehicle accident Sunday afternoon. Shortly before 5 p.m., multiple agencies reported to a report of a man involved in an OHRV crash on the Lake Loop Trail in Jericho Mountain State Park. People riding with the man called 911 and began CPR. New Hampshire Fish and Game Conservation officers and Berlin Police, Fire, and Emergency Medical Services arrived on scene at approximately 5:30 p.m. The man was identified as Andrei Sini, 65, and medical staff rendered immediate aid. Sini was pronounced dead at the scene. Fish and Game is still investigating the accident at this time. Investigators seeking red Jeep after double shooting on expressway. Investigators are searching for a red Jeep Regan occupied by two men after two motorcyclists were shot on Interstate 93 in Boston Sunday afternoon. State police said two victims were on separate motorcycles near exit 12 on Southeast Expressway by Neposset Circle when the shooting occurred. One victim was taken to Tufts Medical Center, state police said. The other victim is at Boston Medical Center. Investigators are seeking a red Jeep Regan with X-shaped taillights. The vehicle was driving southbound on I-93, and state police say two men were inside. Anyone who sees this SUV is asked to call 911 immediately, and anyone who may have witnessed something suspicious should call 508-280-2121. Portland police investigate suspicious death in Old Port. Police are investigating a suspicious death in Portland's Old Port neighborhood. Lieutenant Robert Martin says the body of a 54-year-old man was found at 4:43 a.m. Sunday in the area of 19 Temple Street. The victim's name has not been released yet. An autopsy would be conducted to determine the cause and manner of the death. Temple Street was closed between Middle and Federal Streets during the investigation. Several police officers and medical technicians were seen surrounding what appeared to be the body on the ground. Stay with us as this story develops. London wins top financial center title once again as gap with New York widens. London has held on to top spot at least ranking of global financial centers as the gap with second place New York City widens according to the most recent entry of the semi-annual report released on Monday. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Monday, and I'll see you back here later on today. Bye, everyone.